and just ask me a question and I'll give you an answer. We're going to start off with some global stuff first. And we're going to talk about what's happening with the energy. Now, did you guys feel a shift? Because I definitely did. Did you feel a shift from going high, 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 super excited? I've got so much to do, so many places to go. I want to be social. Nobody loves me. My heart center's hurting, to being calm, chill, still feeling the same, but not anxious about it at the same time. And that is when we have, I got to see where, I don't want just private chats. Chat, chat, chat. Looking for my chat. There we are. There. Hey, Darlene, on my Facebook. So all I want is your birth date and your birth information, your birth year, and your question. Okay. So we're going to take a look at what's going on globally. Now, I've gotten a lot more signups on my new website, Askhollyhall.com. That's where you can get a reading done, full readings done. I do this. This is my full-time job. And I want to take a look at what's going on with the energy today. So we're going to take a look at, there we are. So we still got the moon in Cancer. Now remember, I do sidereal astrology. Okay, so you guys are climbing on board. Give me your birth date. Thank you, Diksha. City born, is my husband cheating on me? Okay, so what I will do right now is take a look at if your husband is cheating on you. And my first instinct that I got is a no. But then I got right away, it depends on what you define as cheating. But I also want to let you know that you want out of the relationship. And because of the way that you were raised, there is the idea that if he's cheating on me, then I have a legitimate reason to divorce from this relationship. Okay. So I want you to take a look at that. If that's what's really affecting you. Shoot, my phone's going to die. I got to plug this in. You know, they just don't make things for podcasters. There we go. Okay. I don't want this to tip over. Asha, I need your birth date and I need your birthplace. If you don't, I'm just going to pull a card, but you're not going to get much accuracy. He's been talking to other girls. Okay, so I've got your birth date here, Asha, and I'd have to look at his chart more than looking at yours. All right. Now, you do like romance and fun and excitement in the relationship. You get bored very easily, and you do connect people because there's financial security as well. Doesn't mean that you don't. Yes, it's free questions. I just need your birth date and your birthplace. But if you can give me his birth date, I can give you more accuracy of whether he's the cheating kind. When I look at your birth chart right now, it's not showing anything around cheating, but it is showing that you do want freedom from the relationship. You're very competitive and you want to be the most important person in the world. And if he's not treating you that way, you're not a happy camper. That's all I'm going to say. Okay. Am I going to stay in daycare? And that's from a Facebook Live person. And if there's children involved, the one that I just did for May, I think what you're doing is you're deciding whether you want to have a child or a second child, and you're determining whether this man is the one for you. Okay. His birthday is May 28th, 98. Darlene, you're going to stay in daycare until March, which is your birthday of next year. Okay, so let's see how May 28, 98. He's a jibber jabber, okay? He likes to communicate. He likes to talk. He just likes to talk. He really does. And because all of that attention, and don't get me wrong, you're a I got a lot of Leo in my chart too, and we like attention. We deserve it, and I get it, and I work for it, but I also am, because I'm a good person to my husband, and he's good to me back. Okay? Like, I'm not saying that you can be a total biatch and still get all the attention in the world, although some people do. So when I look at his chart to see if he's a cheater, again, I do see that he's a jibber jabber and he does like to communicate. But he's pretty loyal when he's very, very happy, but he gets bored easily. And you two have this competition with each other where you're always one-upping each other and you're always competing with each other and you're always challenging each other. What are you doing? What aren't you doing? How come you doing this? How come I'm not doing this? I'm not doing that. This is like this. You thrive off of that energy with each other. So is he a liar? No, I'm not seeing that he is. Is he a cheater? He can do verbal, he can do sexting, he can do talking to a lot of people about his emotions and feelings and whatnot. But he is loyal when he's in a relationship. So I don't see that he's doing any physical cheating. Okay. So I born today, really. Hi, Holly. I really enjoyed my reading the other day. Awesome. I really enjoyed it too with you, Cassandra. Um, my thing is going to, oh, I see what's going on. Oh, do it. I probably did it a favor, actually. Just a minute. I'm trying to get my phone not to topple over. Okay, I want to see if I'm getting all the readings. Hello, Holly. Birthday October 16th, 66, and any financial freedom coming for us. Okay, Lisa. Let's take a look at that. This is somebody that is on Facebook, and I'm just going to look at the one birth date. I chose 2 there because she was asking about her husband. So I'm just going to look at you for financial freedom. There's another job for you coming down the pipeline, and there's also an opportunity for you to downsize. Okay, Lisa? And the job that's coming down the pipeline is going to come to you. It's going to be an opportunity that will be presented to you. It seems to be in the industry or the organization where you're working, but because you're not happy where you are, and you're not one that advocates for yourself. So you're aware of this job, but you're not one that's going to approach and advocate for it. And I would do that ASAP. This really is determined by the time of your birth. I could give you a lot more accuracy with the time of your birth. But if you approach them about a job or another job that you would like to have within the organization or within the industry, you will get that. You will get that job. Now, it depends on the time of your birth, where I can do the timing for you, because this is affecting the moon, and the moon is around the time of birth. All right. So financial freedom will be after this cycle that you're going through, which is quite challenging, is over. And again, I need your time of birth, Lisa. So if you could give me that right now. I've got it at around 6:30 a.m. So if you're born early in the morning, this is in the midst of happening right now. If you're born later, then it's most likely going to be again happening in May for you of 2021. And that's when you're going to 2024. And that's when you're going to suddenly have a desire to downsize. And so it's just about reallocating your money situation. 7 a.m. approximately. Okay, so I've got you pretty close at 6:03. So this is a cycle that you are going to be going into next year. And we're looking at, let me see if my intuition of April, May, because I'm looking at when it goes into 30 degrees. Yeah, April, May, specifically in June, and then your finances improve drastically after that. Okay, and it has to do with that moving the money around. It has to do with you approaching around that. Now, let me know, if, Lisa, if that makes sense to you. So, Maxie, we're going to take a look at you. Fully remote job soon. Good. I like exactly how you did that, Maxie. This is how everybody's going to do this, okay? You're going to have your question, and you're going to have your birth date and your numeral, not the numeral month, but December, like they put. The place doesn't have the time. But you don't, okay, you're not going to do it exactly like Max because I don't have the year. So I can't do that. Candy, May 20th, 66. I do need to have the year. So we're going to do it like Candy did it. Candy did it perfectly. And if you've got your birth time, that would be accurate too, but I won't take yours now, Candy. I need to have that all in one line. But you guys are going to get used to it, and I need to be on here more often, right? Am I doing the right thing financially? So what you're doing is you used to have, correct me if I'm wrong here, but you used to have all your eggs in a basket. Lisa says thank you. Lots of gratitude prayers. Not sure if I was accurate about that with her, but I do like feedback. That's all I ask. This is spreading the word, sharing my gifts freely, but showing other people how it works. And if I get feedback, that validates. That's validation and gratitude as well, which the universe loves that, because when you validate it, the universe goes, oh, great, let's get this moving. Let's get this party started. Okay, so now when we're looking at Candace, am I doing the right thing? So you used to have all your eggs in one basket. This is what I'm getting remotely. And I'm going to pull an astrology card. And this is Mars in action. So this is saying yes. This says that you have recently taken some action. It was a little bit of a fight. It was a little bit of work. It was a lot of paperwork or red tape, but you took this action in order to spread your wealth around or spread your money around to places where you feel that it was safer. Okay. So you have what's called the magic wand phase that you're going through, and you're also going through a soul ascension, which are two wonderful things. And it happens to be hitting the planets in your chart that are in Taurus, which has to do with money. So that is an absolutely hell yeah, you're doing the right thing, Candace. Let me know if that resonates with you, how I explain that. Asha is no question. So I do like questions. Anything you feel I need to know now? I'll look at that after. Am I going to get off accident? Honey, 1012 isn't showing me anything, but I'm going to do a body scan on you for the oxygen. And it seems that there's a ton of inflammation in this area here. I mean, obviously that's the lung area, but it's this area here. And it seems to be related to thyroid and also dairy. It seems to be highly related to your food source somehow. This is causing an enormous amount of inflammation, which is causing the oxygen. So I don't know if that resonates with you or not, but that's what I'm getting. July 3. And if you guys are answering to misplacement of giving me full information, you have to give me the full information again, just like Marzia did. Sorry if I butchered that, Marzia. And romance coming in my life soon, focus on career. You can have it all. Shush. I would like the time of your birth. Hey, Jennifer, I knew you were going to pop on. Jennifer's a client of mine, and so is Cassandra. So are you going to find, oh, girl, yeah, romance and money, okay? Romance and money. And I'm going to give you the specific dates in which this is going to happen. First of all, you got to love what you're doing in your career, because if you don't love what you're doing in your career, you got to get the hell out of there right now, because this is hitting the planet of love and the planet of money. And as soon as you are, but you're scared, you're frightened, you do make a lot of decisions based on fear, and you are also loyal to a fault, okay? So whoever these people are that you're loyal to, that you're not happy with in the career, or that you want to create it to be a much happier career, then you need to get on that right now. But you need to communicate it, and that's what you're here to learn in this lifetime is communication, how to communicate. And you're not that great at it. You haven't been because you're more shy, you're more reserved, but now you're learning to. So you approach those people that you're afraid of in order to love what you're doing, change that job. And I'm going to give you the dates in which you're going to meet somebody in which you're going to change a job. Now, you're someone who waits right to the tail end of these cycles, okay? Because you need a lot of processing around it. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with processing it. So, but here are the dates in your magic wand phase, which began right now. May started in April, May. The next time around is right now as we speak until the third week of September. Perfect timing for new job, new money, and new relationship because you're loyal to a fault and you might wait to the very, very, very end. Then we're looking at March of 2024. Okay, good. Will I be in a job this year for... Now, in this case, I don't need the month, but we just hope I do the math right because I can screw up on that. March. See, January, February, March, April. I'm a numbers girl. All I like, it's hard to explain, but I'm a symbol girl. So when you do astrology, all you're seeing is symbols, and I can get the numbers mixed up easily. LaSalle. Christine, is that LaSalle in near Windsor? I'm from Windsor originally. If you guys have your time of birth, put that in there too, okay? Because that placement, and we've got a house jobs and career, and so it'll be helpful if I have the job place, job, career. Why is this jumping around? I'm getting a little... Okay, so depending on the time of your birth, because your moon is in Virgo in the 5th house, if you do Western astrology, you'd be going, Holly, it's not. I do sidereal astrology. I'm literally looking at the sky that NASA looks at, and I'm seeing where the planets are in the constellations right now, not 2,000 years ago. Askhollyhall.com is where you can get readings from me as low as $25 is where my readings can start. And I always say also, get on the website and sign up for those deals. And as soon as you sign up, you get a 20% off code, and you start a 7-week, is it 7 week? Yeah, 7-week program on how to create abundance. I believe it is intuition or abundance, but abundance is a part of it. Every course drops in your e-box once a week. It's very little course. I got course site too. Learning intuition and how to find love. This is unconditional love, has nothing to do with just romantic love, has to do with love in life. That's all we're here to do in this lifetime. We're only here to find love. We're only here to encompass love, to vibrate within the energy of love, and to be love. That's all we're here to do. And that's why we think that we're supposed to find our knight in shining armor or our princess in order for us to have that love. But that's not where it is. It's not in a person out there somewhere. That's not how it is. It's everywhere. And if you're living in your breathing, even if you're not living in your breathing, you are love. But we ignore it. Okay. So will I get a job this year because of that 5th, because of the moon? And I'm not sure the time of your birth. It could be this year, but I just don't know when. If you're born around, then it's right about now. And also in January, February, most likely but a bit later, then it's going to be later on next year for a new job. Okay. Can you tell me something about my job? I've already done a reading. Kelly, anything you see moving? That's a great question. Bye. VI don't know what that means, and there's no question. So we're going to look at Nova 29. And you can ask questions from source. You can ask questions by the universe, source, God, messengers, angels. I don't know about God, but not sure if I'm getting direct messages from a God. Not sent one, but it's an Akashic records, basically, is what I connect to. So if you want to know the meaning of life, or the 100 million questions under the meaning of life, then that's something that you want to look at. I'm going to take a look at my YouTube. Not sure about a new job, but anything can happen. Okay, thanks, Lisa. Thanks for the feedback. It's going to be in April for you. Okay, so see what happens and reach out for that. And that's when the finances increase. So November 29th, 80, in regards to moving. Now, this is where I like to have a time of birth, because then I look at the 4th house to see, but I'm going to look at the moon, which will be, oh, I lost my light. Okay, no light. I'll have to get some in a second. So we're going to show the chart, and we're going to look at with transits, and we're going to see if there's a move coming. Not yet. You're frustrated. You've been trying. You've been looking, but it's not going to happen until this Mars transit is over. And that Mars transit in Sag, it's going to be next year. Now, that doesn't mean it's when you purchase. It can be when you move in, which means you can purchase prior to that. And it'll be in January. Be January, the move. So hopefully that helps you out. I lost my light here, so I'm going to have to get some more pluggaroos here. I didn't come too prepared, did I? Okay. So I'm going to get through as many as I can for you guys. There we go. Yay. We'll put that over here. Okay. So I'm going to see who else I've got on YouTube and on, I wonder if I am on YouTube. Says I am. Okay. So now I got this glowy, eerie looking light going on here. Right. Yeah. Romance in my life soon, or folk career instead. I think I answered yours, right, Maya? Let me. You're an astrologer, Jay, educate you. Me, that is for a living. You read people for a living. You can look it up, Google it, and this is your full-time gig. Then you're considered a master. And if you've been doing it well over, that's not going to work. If you've been doing well over, several years, 10, 15 years, I've been doing it, age myself. I've been doing it, just doing it since I've been 20. That's an uneducated comment, so I will let it go. Kelly, or 29th, moving finances. I think, don't repeat the questions, people, because see, I just wasted my time doing that. Can you tell me anything about my connection with Jay? Yeah. So right away, I'm being told to get a card for you. And does Jay live at a distance? Quite a distance, but there seems to be some kind of work-related situation. There's definitely a lot of freaking passion going on, and you do want to be in a relationship with Jay. But we're not sure what Jay wants. So it would be, if I was doing a reading with you, I would be getting Jay's birth information as well. But we can't do all of that on these quickies. Askhollyhall.com is where you can go and get full readings done. 2001. Let me know if that resonates with you at all, V. And yeah, there seems to be a little bit of an obsession or an addiction of sorts. The communication is constant, like constant texting, constant communication. And this is what's really exciting for you because you're communicating. You love to communicate. So that's what's really thrilling you around this. But I'm not sure he's ready. I'm seeing a block. I'm seeing his back or side towards you kind of thing. He's definitely engaging in this communication, but I'd have to do a fuller reading on that, but I hope that's enough for you. Thanks for following me. Candace 6 a.m. So I was close at the 6 a.m. So that means it's happening now. Candy. My name is Ash and my birth date is September 1st, 81. I was born in Gaia. I don't have a question. There's like 60 messages I'm looking at. So I'm only going to answer ones that have questions. What is the best career field for me? Now, that is a great question. And that's by Megan. Again, guys, if you have your time of birth, put that in there, okay? Because I get a lot more information that way. The thing is, Megan, is you are multi-talented and you need your freedom. And when people need their freedom, they have a hard time working for other people. And people like yourself need to be self-employed. When you're self-employed, you feel like you have your freedom. So you either need to be in a management job, you can be in the legal field. You're really good at investigation. You're very good at research. You can do well in the legal field as well as any type of job that has you problem solving or having people problem solve together, and you get to the core issue around it. But in a management position, in an autonomous career, or self-employed, and you're going to be you're just started in the last year to get to know you. You can do psychotherapy, psychology, therapy, where you're working as a mediator, helping people get along after or during or before divorces, as a coach. This is what you do. Do not work for someone else, okay? And that kind of eliminates about 80% of the jobs right there. I'm in conversation to get new project contract. Lots of back and forth. Will I get the project? Yes. You will get the project, but they need money. They need more money for this project. So, and you know they do. So you need to bring that up. They need it actually to pay you as well. I'm going to get off oxygen. Been on it for 10 years. Would like to know my financial. Okay, we already answered a question. I already answered that. I already answered that. Cheryl 277 8 10 10 15. Am I moving? Thank you for the time. June 2 77. Look up where I live energy wise, but that would be a longer reading. Askhollyhall.com. To the fourth house, there's definitely a move that can be related to a job. There's definitely a job change and a career change. If it's not already happened, it's in the midst of happening. And since you're, well, you're a go-getter, but you definitely take your time. So we are looking at, I don't see a move in, if it's a move, it's because of your career. And not until Uranus gets in, so it seems to be career and work related, and it's next year, the beginning of next year. It could be in September, could be September, but it is exact in March, February, March of next year. I think I answered the moving finances. Am I moving east, west? I got east. I'm in conversations. Can you tell me anything about my relationship? I feel stuck. April 25th. Don't repeat the questions, please, 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 just so that I can, because I'm going to sign off soon, guys. And I want to get as much as I can. Askhollyhall.com. I'm going to see if I've got, who I have on my Facebook, November. No, April. Sorry, April 25. Devil, I'm pretty sure I answered your question. Maya, I answered yours. But next time I'll come back on tomorrow and you guys can note how I deal with that, okay? All the questions and the information all in one line. Okay, so April 25. I want to help you with feeling stuck because this is common. 11:20 p.m. Thank you for the time. This is common nowadays because we're in an energy shift globally and we're in a great divide. And if you want to know more about it, you can go to my profile here on TikTok. If you're watching me on YouTube or Facebook, on my TikTok, I have a lot more videos around that. And the great divide is where we are doing a global galactic shift. And there will be one way of living the way that we've always been living and governed, etc., and predictable and practical and with the consistency of the way it's been governed, and a new way of living, which is actually about 20% right now, where people are living alternatively, whether it be education or work-wise, etc. And that is, I'm stuttering here because sometimes I get people that are passed on and I'm getting somebody passed on. So can you wait for a minute? I'll get the exact information. I know the name is John. That sounds really obvious. The name is John and they're giving me the letter G. Anyways, so a lot of us are going to be going out of our old ways of living, our old jobs, our old homes, and we'll be shifting with the new divide. A lot of us will be. And I think a lot of my people on TikTok are. So the idea that you are feeling stuck is more because you're used to having a plan. Let me see here. You're big on having plans and that's important to you. Let me see here. And you're loyal to a fault and you're a healer. You've been sacrificing yourself for jobs, for money, for a paycheck, and you've got the archetype of the teacher. You're a multi-talented person. You're bored out of your brains. You're not having fun. You're not playing anymore. You're not reading. You're not writing. You're not using your hands. You're not talking. You're not communicating. You've shut down a bit. And the reason you've shut down is because financially you want to shift. And you've always been focused on having more money, but you're actually going through a stage which ends very soon. But then you go through the magic wand stage, and I'm going to give you the dates around that where your finances are improving, but they're only improving because you're living with less. Okay. And I don't say that to everybody. Mine's improved drastically because we're living like nomads. I mean, the abundance I am receiving is unbelievable. And it's coming from crazy, crazy places. Where we're back of our cousin's property, we're got our fifth wheel, which we got a steal of a deal on, and it's gorgeous. And selling our other trailer, which is like 25 feet. So from 25-foot trailer to a 40-foot trailer, Same price practically, about $6,000 difference. We're helping them around the place a lot. My husband's helping quite a bit. "What do you want for this?" he says. "Oh, we'll take the rent free. We're paying $500 a month to stay here 8 months out of the year, 6 months last year, 8 months this year." Boom, it happens, right? I bought an ice cream maker because 'cause I'm keto. Well, try to be keto, but I'm definitely dairy free. $120 it cost me on Amazon. Next thing you know, I go into a secondhand store. There's a brand new one sitting there for 30 bucks. Brand new. Guess what? Return. Return to sender. And I saved myself 80 bucks. Like it's crazy how the abundance comes in all these different crazy ways. So that's what I see happening for you. And your magic wand stage starts in January and February. Sorry, no, February, March. And that's when it starts for you. You're not going to feel stuck anymore after that. You just got to stop being loyal to those people that are needy and they're whiny and they like to be sick. They like to be stuck. They like to be laid down and held down. And I know that you're going to say it's a relative, it's somebody who's really important, and I can't not do this. Yes, you can. You can. And you can ask for help. You don't ask for help because you come from abandonment. There's abandonment syndrome around this for you. Holly, nice name, except yours is IE. What path do I take in regards to my relationship? I think I was born between 3 and okay, you got to put I don't know when you were born. Brad, future of financials. Very general, but I'll see what I can get. See, a lot of us in this great divide are unhappy with the way that things are happening in the world, but we want to still live in the way things have been happening and have more. When we actually have to leave the matrix, we have to leave the way things have been happening, live on less, and then you get more. And that's why we get stuck. It's kind of like you want your cake and eat it too. Okay, so Brad, um, don't have your time of birth. That would be very interesting if you're born much later in the day or later in the afternoon, like around dinner time. Your financials are going to go crazy good. Crazy good, your financials are going to do very, very well if that's the case. Otherwise, I'm not seeing anything really hitting your chart. Uranus, there's been sudden unexpected upsets financially. That's not going to rectify itself. It's very unexpected. It's not going to rectify itself until February of 2024. Lisa, what's your question? I am Steve, born asking my girlfriend to marry me. Okay. So, hi, Steve. And you've got a question. 9th. Does your girlfriend has kids? I mean, I know you're 1968, but I'm seeing kids that are still at home, a little bit older, teens, but kids that are at home. And you just love kids. I mean, you're just that parent that didn't show up, but you showed up. I don't know. There's something to do with the kids. I don't know what it is, or it's grandkids, but it's kids. Anyways, should you ask her to marry you? And yeah, you've got Saturn going through the 7th house, and you want to settle down. You're head over heels in love. Don't act too quickly, though. Okay, this time you are being very cautious about it, but I think she would like to do the living in thing for a little bit, but definitely ask for the marriage. I think she'd be okay with it as long as you don't want to settle on a date yet. Kelly, will I be moving and better finances? Kelly, I think I answered your question already. So, I didn't see moving happening yet and finances next year in April. Susan, I don't see a question. I am conversation. I answered your question in back and forth on the project, and I said it is going to go through, but they need to know that more money needs to be funded or involved in it. I did say that you're moving east. What path will take with regards to my relationship? I was born around, don't have, I need your year. See if I have this here. This is what I need. I need this. Okay, guys, that's what I need. I need all of that in detail. Okay, your birth date, your birth year, and if you have your birth time. In order to answer the question, let me look at YouTube and Facebook. Okay, hi Brittany. My birthday is July 28th, 84. I believe the time was 10:30 in Ohio, and I am starting a new job and relationship at the same time. That is good for my goals. So I'll be back tomorrow, guys. And 84, July 28th, 10:30 a.m. It's interesting because you're big on children. You're going through some times right now, Brittany, where you're learning to advocate for yourself and speak for yourself. And this is not something that you've done in the past. And you're not a pushover anymore. You always were accommodating. You mothered your partner, you mothered your children, big family gatherings and Christmases and birthdays, and everything was so important to you. And it looked good on the outside, really did look quite good on the outside. But then suddenly you're like, I'm not a doormat. I'm important too. You don't even know who I am. You don't even know who you are because you've got that good girl syndrome. And you weren't getting the family dynamic that you really wanted. I mean, it looked good and you painted a good picture, but you weren't really getting that. So getting to know yourself and who you are is going to take a little bit more time. So I don't see you being in a partnership until that cycle is over. And that's in 25 degrees. And that is over in March of 2024. So after March of 2024, let me see if it retrogrades back to 25 degrees. No, it doesn't. So after March of 2024 is when you'll be raring to go in a relationship. Hopefully that has supported you. V, I'm feeling stuck. Conversation, move. Dawson, I don't see a question. Project, you're a beautiful soul. Thank you, devil. Answered. Kelly, let me know if I answered your question. Susan, I'm feeling stressed. Were you the one I just answered? Where you said you were feeling stuck? I don't think so. So I will see. This is what I mean when you guys repeat your questions. You're getting me very confused. So please, if you come back and you want a free reading from me, I charge $120 US for my readings. Okay, let's not do this because I really want to get everybody to get the most of it and not waiting forever to get something from me. 69. Thanks for your time of birth, 9:07 a.m. So I'm going to take a look at your physical health when it comes to the stress that you're in. First of all, you pick up on the emotions and feelings of others because you're quite psychic and intuitive. You pick up on the fear and the anxiety of others, specifically global or what's around you in your environment, very strongly. You're sensitive to drugs and you're sensitive to even some over-the-counter drugs and some antidepressants if you're on those. Your main concern is dairy. You got to get rid of dairy 100%. Don't say, oh, I just have a little bit in my coffee. No, it's inflammatory for people like yourself, and it will stay in your system for 6 weeks. Even one little drop is going to stay in your system for 6 weeks. 100% no dairy for 6 weeks. You're going to see a lot better in your health, in your gut, and you'll also have less adrenal fatigue because your adrenals is what's causing a lot of your stress. You can also look for adrenal support supplements. Make sure you look at all the reviews. You get the best ones. You can look on Amazon, and that is where you're going to eliminate a lot of your stress, a lot of it. And that will be completely alleviated 100% by March if you can follow that protocol. Okay? Now, also protect yourself. This is not mine, take it away. This is a great exercise. If it's not mine, take it away. If this is not mine, take it away. You're cutting the cord. Okay? Thank you. And shows finance. Good law. Yes, thank you. I did Holly. What path will I take regarding my relationship? Should I stay or should I go now? Dun, 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 dun. Um, 3 p.m. Now, of course, in a full reading, I would look at both your charts because completely understanding your partner and why they're going through what they're going through and where there's miscommunication, where there is, if there's oil and water, how can we reconnect so that we can create something wonderful? And you've got a lot of trust issues and you need your freedom in a relation. You need your freedom in your relationship. Literally, you're walking around and this person is in your bubble all the time. They literally get on your nerves the moment you know they're coming home. The moment they walk in the door, you just start getting, and that's not necessarily them. Okay. It's because you need your freedom. You need your space. You can't cater to, but you know what you do? You problem solve for people. And in order for you to get your freedom from the issues that they have, like they hate their job, or they're mad because there's another credit card bill, or they don't like the way that the kitchen is dirty, then you start problem solving. You start problem solving because you're just like, I want freedom from this issue that's going on, to the point where it's like, now I think I need freedom from you but really what it is, you need freedom from problem solving that for that person anymore. So you give yourself a month of no problem solving. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, I hate my job. Oh, that sucks, babe. I hate the way there's dishes all over the place. Yeah, that sucks, babe. Just don't do it. 1 month. Try a week. Okay, try a week, and you'll see. I don't. If you can stop doing that, and this person, after a month or two, starts to solve the problems for themselves. But you also need intellectual conversation. You're a philosopher. And if you're not getting that intellectual conversation, you're not getting that slapstick humor from them. If you did at one point, then it's still there. Okay. Again, I'd have to look at both the charts in order to look at this. You're actually holding off because you're trying to build it. So again, thanks. You're welcome, hun. Do you see new romance coming soon? CJ, I don't see anything because you haven't given me your birth date, but I am going to do this. And Saturn says no, not right now. And Saturn is February. So that's when it would be. My name is Asha. Is my husband going to come to Canada soon to be with me? Why am I getting England? Why am I getting England? Oh, John with a G, by the way. Is anybody that got somebody that's passed on that's John with a G? John with a G. Maybe the last name is G. Maybe the last name is Johnson. The first name is G. They're giving me a basketball. They're showing me a basketball. Yes, he does. V would, well, yes, he does what? When you're confirming something, yes, he does what? Because I don't remember what I said. V. Allah, will I be successful this year financially? Right at the very end of December. You will be. Hi, beautiful lady. Hope you're doing awesome. Thanks, Nori. I am. Askhollyhall.com is where you can get full readings. Susan, I hope I answered your question and that was helpful for you. Ginny, what field of choose for study in career choice? Did I answer that one? I'll know as soon as I see the chart, because I remember the chart of the one that I was just looking at. No. So you do really well as a teacher. You do well as a writer, an author in communications. If you want to make a ton of money, you probably want to just stick with teaching and do the writing on this. You do really well working with children in counseling and in therapy, working with children. You do really well in linguistics, children that have difficulties with reading. You do well with the elderly as well, but you work better and you do very well in sales. And I know that seems really, even like real estate, you do awesome in real estate. And you do like to travel and you like to educate and you like to continue your education. So take a look at it teaching. Teaching children who've got issues with reading and linguistics or learning learning English, all of these things, because you do want to travel. So you may even go overseas to learn English as a second language. And you already know what you want. Just do it. You already know what you want. And don't worry, it'll come. It'll happen. You'll get grants, you'll get loans, it'll happen. Askhollyhall.com, Joe, is where you can get a reading here with your year. And if you have your birth time, I have to show you guys my tea mug. Isn't that great? I love it. It's really quite black, actually. It's not showing it here. It's my favorite. I got a white one. It says moon something. Birthing, having issues with dog. Birth, having issues with dog. Will she bring her back home to me? Will she bring her back home to me? I'm getting a no. I have no idea what you're talking about, but I'm getting the answer is no, because this person believes or is stating that the dog is theirs. Real emotional attachment. Is this your daughter that has this dog? No, it can't be your daughter. You're 1999. It's another female anyways. Is like a sister or a sibling, or you're the daughter. Anyways, there's a real emotional attachment, and I'm getting you're not right now, but I'm not sure what the question is. What field should I study for career? Answered. Please don't repeat. Please don't repeat. No generals. No general readings. Just put your birth date and your birth year and your birth time, if you have it, in your question all in one. Okay, and Susan, I answered you about the adrenal glands. I answered about the project. And is my older son coming home? Please, Joe. That will need a longer conversation. You have a past life with your son, and that would need a longer conversation and a birth date. I already answered the project. My birth date is very true in being a doormat, typically. Thank you. Good one. Okay, Heather, I'm going to answer your questions. Answered it. I'm going to scroll way down. Elizabeth, will I find a better job? Deborah, You've been problem solving for your sister way too long, and you've been doing this to keep the peace. Something to do with the parents and your sister. Is she physically safe? She's feisty. She's a fighter, but she's gotten sucked into believing the person that she's with is protecting her. But she will be safe. Yeah. Am I going to close my psychotherapy clinic? Thank you. You don't need to close your you don't need to close that. But you need to go off in another direction that you've been too afraid to do, and you need to bring people in that are gonna rent out rooms. Okay, I know you lost a couple, but you gotta look at going alternative because 'cause you're a healer. We gotta continue this, okay? Start putting classes, courses, workshops is what I'm seeing in your location. You may need to change locations so that it's a lot less expensive. So Heather, May 2nd, 78, is on Facebook, 1:42 PM. I applied for the right job. Is this the right move? You're in a cycle right now. You're not in love with what you're doing. You're not in love with your job. You're thinking if it's more money, then you would be happier. But that's not the case. That's not the way it's going to work out. I don't see you in a new job, in a better job, in a better position until after. Hang in there until after February, and then right away at the end of February, you do get a new job with a lot more money. Right away. Did you do mind, Rachel? Am I on the right track? Why do I feel so anxious? Yeah. I'm pretty sure I did yours. And I think I was talking to you about your adrenal glands, right? And that you got to stay. Yeah. So you've got what's called ADD and ADHD, more ADD. And I don't really like that word, attention deficit disorder. Could be HD as well, because it's not attention, it's not a deficit, it's not a disorder. It's a multitasking, multi-focused, multi-talented person. You're someone that it's difficult for you to work for other people. You probably shouldn't work for other people. You do good in an autonomous position, which you're in sales or is a teacher. And a lot of your anxiousness comes from the ADD, which you can look at supplements for that, but also take a look at your gut health. I do see a really promising job and career change at the end of the year into the new year, but take a look. You got to eat as much natural whole food. I mean, we all should do this, right? But you got a Virgo moon, and that means if you eat like crap, you're going to feel like crap instantly. And if you eat really healthy, you'll instantly feel better, like within 24 hours. That's how fast your digestive system works for you. Some people can do this and it takes them months and months and months to get back on track, but it doesn't for you. But you got to eat natural, whole, organic as much as possible. 80-20 is a rule that I like to go by. But you're going through the magic wand phase right now. There's nothing but good for you. But you're the good girl syndrome. It's about time that you use your voice and you change. You use sales, you do teaching, or you do communication. You love to communicate. You can even work with money. That's bookkeeping, etc. But it has to be in a position where you're doing a lot of talking. So take a look at teaching. Am I going to earn enough income in my own business? I need to have exact questions. Iola, March 17th. This will be my last one till tomorrow. And 12:38. Thank you for that. So your job has to be with as a healer, working in even working through the medical field or with music as well, and healing and the arts. You're an advocate. You want to advocate for others. You want to help people to pick up their bootstraps and to work creatively as fast as they can to get the help that they can from trauma. Okay, usually around anger or anger management, or being brought up with anger or anger management, and also coming from, because you have a lot of abandonment and that come from abuse. So if you are doing that, then you are definitely on the right path. It will have to take a bit of a curveball. This about April of 2024, there'll be a complete change in it, but don't worry about it. It's all to your advantage. If you push, if you fight against it, because you're a fighter, you're a warrior, sometimes you can fight not for your own good. You do need to be self-employed and in self-employed position. You got Neptune going over your sun. So it is absolutely going to be 100% successful. Am I going to earn income in my own business? Yes. Hopefully you're doing all that I've said. I am in teachers college. So cool. Yay, Rachel. You're doing exactly what you're supposed to do. Take care of the ADD though, right? So there's a lot of supplements. Make sure you got enough magnesium. Make sure you got enough B12. Make sure you got enough D and enough C, especially magnesium and calcium. These things are two different types of magnesium. So do your research. One helps for sleep. One helps for just your daytime, having enough magnesium in your body. You can have a blend of both, which is actually a really good one. And, I'm having tech issues probably because my phone is going to die. Um, oh my god, that's abandonment. You're gonna take integrative energy therapy course to help heal for fellow widows. Could I not be more accurate or what, Miss Phillips? I love it. She doesn't regret what she's doing right now. She will in next summer, when whoever she's not with anymore. It's either a close friendship or it's a group. Seems to be close friendship, seems to be a partner in there and whatnot. And she's kind of given on this I don't give a shit about anybody attitude in order for her to get through the fact that she's taken money for the wrong reasons. Okay. Hopefully that helps. Namaste, everybody. Love you all. I'll be back tomorrow. Askhollyhall.com is where you go get a reading. Askhollyhall.com. AskHollyHall.com. And you can get 20% off if you go on there and sign on. Namaste. Heather, hopefully that helped you out.